You're not fighting each other. You're fighting your histories. Most conflicts are not about the present issue. They are collisions of unhealed past experiences. Some of you think your problem is conflict. It's not. Your problem is that two unhealed histories are arguing in real time. You're not just talking to your partner. You're talking to everyone who hurt you through them. Until you see this, every disagreement will feel bigger than it actually is. Do you know what trauma does to conflict? Healthy conflict deals with issues. Trauma-driven conflict deals with identity, fear, and survival. I said trauma conflict. The conflict driven by trauma deals with identity, deals with fear, and it deals with survival. But a healthy conflict deals with the issue itself. Let me break this down. A simple disagreement feels like rejection to you. A delay feels like abandonment. A correction feels like disrespect. So instead of solving or resolving the issue, you start defending your worth. You're not arguing about what happened. You're reacting to what it represents. Trauma conflict patterns. Let me explain to you what it looks like in real life. 1. Your escalation pattern. Just a little issue becomes a big fight quickly because your nervous system is already on edge. 2. Shutdown pattern. You just go silent, you withdraw, you disengage because conflict once felt unsafe. 3. Your defensive pattern. You always justify, you're always arguing, you're always explaining excessively because you learned to protect yourself constantly. 4. Your attack pattern. You go for the person and not the issue because pain taught you to strike before being struck. Again, I say, this is not your personality. This is a pattern. And you know why this keeps repeating? You don't repeat conflict because of your partner. You repeat it because your wound has not been addressed. How do I mean by this? Watch out. You attract familiar emotional environments. You react from memory and not maturity. You fight for safety and not resolution. And here is the dangerous part. You can leave a relationship and carry the same conflict pattern into the next one. I said you can leave this relationship, but you carry the same conflict pattern into the next one. Because the problem was never that person. It was the unhealed cycle. The Bible speaks to this directly in James 1:19-20. It says, everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, slow to become angry, because human anger does not produce the righteousness that God desires. Trauma makes you quick to react, but wisdom requires you to slow down and discern. And you cannot slow down if your nervous system is trained for war. Here is where your healing starts. I want you to stop asking, why does this keep happening? Start asking, what is this conflict touching in me? Because until you identify the root, you keep managing the reaction. If you're tired of repeating the same conflict with different faces, different names, but the same outcome, then it's time to interrupt the pattern. Book a healing session with me at Royal LoveZone Counseling. Let's uncover what your reactions have been protecting. And remember, this is not motivation. This is interruption. And And this is where the cycle